Hey y'all, Rhonda here. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, the ice is coming in as we speak. It's late at night, very late at night. And through Facebook friends and all that, they said Oklahoma was cars piling up and all kinds of crazy stuff. And so that has moved on to us. So it's coming down right now. We're praying we don't lose power. All of our lines are buried out here, but they've got to come up somewhere. So hopefully, excuse me, where they are above ground, nothing will happen. So anyway, everybody stay safe and stay at home. They called off school and called off work, so we're hunkering down. And what better stuff to do is craft and play games and hang out and all that fun stuff. Well, look what came in. Actually, I got this a couple of days ago. I think 2 days ago. Surprise, surprise. I still don't know why. If they know you're going to order it on the 5th, they take your money, have these boxes ready, slap a label on them, and out the door. But no. All right, well, let's get to it. So we have the small die of the month. It's called Sitting Pretty. Of course, you can't tell much about it, but looky here. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. Oh, and since I'm a real YouTuber, excuse me, and I'm getting my first check from YouTube, yeah, I thought it's crafty pressure. So I saw my friend Erin Reed. She got a microphone, this new microphone for her recording, which, she's like a real YouTuber. She does the InstaFace, all that stuff. Every platform you can be on, she is on. She's legit. And so she got herself a little microphone. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I was playing around on the Amazon, and I looked some of them up, and I thought, well, I'm just going to get me one. Now, I didn't spend a whole lot of money like Erin. She got a good one. I just got this little jobber right here. I have 2 little microphones. It clips onto me, and then this goes onto my phone, and it just automatically links up, and really cool. But the way my phone attaches to my tripod, it's long ways. So, my phone is like this, if you were looking at it. Well, it clamps on here and here, top and bottom. And that little device goes in the bottom. So it's not going to work. So I just ordered me one just like what I have, but it clamps on the sides. And then I'll be able to use that and, be more of a real YouTuber. And then I also had someone just commented after I bought that they had a hard time hearing me. So we're going to give that a try as soon as my other tripod comes in. Should be here in a couple of days. And we'll just see. And then you'll really be able to hear me. Maybe a little too much. All right, so back to this. Small die of the month, very cute. Then we have clear stamp of the month. This is just because. So we have a little honey pot. Happy birthday, just because. Thanks for being so sweet. And then have a beautiful day. So what's really cool about this, it's just really cool. You can use this on the bottom of a card. You can use it on the top of the card, or you can use it on both. And then cute little bees. But then it has a stamp set that goes with it. So we'll cut out this. It'll cut out the sayings, cut out these little pieces. But it will also cut out pieces of this, which I think is super cool. Let's see if I can tell. So it looks like it cuts out this little piece right here, this little grouping of flowers. And then probably this grouping of flowers. So you could stamp that twice, color it, and then with one of them, you could die cut out and then pop up certain pieces. So I think it'll be really cool. Oh, there's a better view of it. All right, then we have this thing. Large die of the month. Isn't that awesome? Let's just get out the handy dandy. My favorite little ruler here. Let's see how big this thing is. It is 4 1/4 by about 5 1/8, 5 1/16. You know what that means? Make that into a card. Use that as your card base. That would be really cool. And I saw where they did this really cool project with this. We just may have to do. So we have the honey pot, we have the the bee, the little inside panel. Looks like we have a bow, a bee. Oh, so here's little parts for the bee and the main base. Okay. Flowers. We have the little tie. Oh, just really. Okay, let's look over here. Look at all of this. Very neat. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make that into a card base. I just think that would be a lot of fun. All right, then we have the BetterPress of the month. Love this. Poppies. This will be very simple and I think elegant to color. Thank you and best wishes. Just beautiful. Then we have the stitching die of the month. Be Stitched. Can't tell much about that, so here we go. And I was thinking when I looked at this, I may have to go with some non-traditional bee colors. Stay tuned for that one. Then we have, let's do this one, the Glimmer of the month. And this is card front floral. And that says thanks and for you. And there's that. Very pretty. And with this, they have the new stitch of the month, or stencil of the month. Lovely floral. So you can use it on its own, or you can use it with the glimmer. Pretty smart, huh? They were kind of thinking. So I think that's pretty cool. And then with this new kit and caboodle thing, every month you get a free gift, which I think is really cool. So this is the free gift. This goes with, it works with the large die of the month. Honey dipping, and that's really nice size. So that goes with the big pot. It can work with this, and supposedly you can't buy this on its own or anything. You have to get the kit and caboodle to get this. So that's special. And then we have this is the 3D embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that, but that's very pretty. And then we have the regular embossing folder branching out. Oh, there we can see that one a little bit better. Just add a little color there. Very nice. And then we have, oops. For the glimmer, we have copper. And then the wax seal, Made with Love, which I really like that. You could use that on a lot of things. And then we got royal blue beads to play with. Very nice. So I'm trying to decide what we're going to work on here. So many choices. I mean, I'm loving that. Big and bold. But then I'm thinking the BetterPress. Oops, where are you? Because I think we need to do some more BetterPress. I think that's what we're going to do. All right, let me grab my stuff and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my BetterPress system out here. Let's get that over because of the glare. Paper, BetterPress paper. I have my plate. I have my ink. And I've decided to use the double thick cardstock paper that BetterPress makes. So these are cotton panels. This is double weight cotton panels, and this is the regular. And you can see there's a couple missing out of both of them, but look, same amount in each one. So they really are double the weight. Set this over here. And they also come in 5x7 size 2, which I like that. So with the thicker card panel, let me take the platen off. And this is called the Chase. So you're going to lift this off because under are these little shims. So there are 3 little shims. Normally you would just leave them in there, but since I'm using the extra thick cotton panel, I'm going to take those out. So you have your A2 grid here. Let me turn this around so you can see that better. So there's your, like for your A2 card, and then your 5x7 card. So take your plate, and then you can place it wherever you want, and you can see exactly where it's going to go on your card. And I want to do this one over to this side a little bit. And it's magnetic. It's not going to go anywhere. And then with your paper, just going to set this on there. Same thing. It has your registration marks there, so you know exactly where to tape your paper. So I just have the Spellbinders tape here. And it doesn't take much, just barely in the corner. And you can even roll it up on itself and put it behind if you want to, if you think that little bit's going to impede on a design. So let me take this off. Get this out of the way. And I'm just going to use black ink. Okay. And yes, I'm using the BetterPress ink. I don't think you're going to find me using all the different kinds of inks and trying them out and different papers and all that. BetterPress has spent a lot of time, a lot of research on figuring all this out. They want you to be successful. They don't want you to buy this and think, oh, this is a pile of you-know-what, and then return it or talk bad about it. I mean, they want you to have the best experience, the best outcome, the most fun. I mean, they worked with hundreds of papers, narrowed it down to 100, finally picked out the one. Same way with the inks. The sponge on the ink is very firm. The ink is not juicy. You're just not going to see me doing all that. To me, it's kind of like reinventing the wheel. I mean, yes, I think it's fine if you want to try other things and if you want to use it for stamping, just plain stamping, you know. I mean, it's about experimenting and learning and having fun, but with this system, you're not going to find me, I don't think, using lots of other stuff. All right. And I'm just gently rubbing, making sure I get all this covered. And then I'm going to go over and tap it. Make sure I get it inked up really well. And if you happen to get ink on your chase, you can use a little bit of like archival ink cleaner to get it off. So after you get this done, it's not a big deal if it sets for a little bit. Rub a little bit of this on there and then a rag, and it'll come off for the most part. But I've been using mine quite a bit and I don't get it all crazy. Okay. Put that back on there. Okay, and take your platen with your paper side down. Okay, and don't press it. Don't press it. Let me grab my machine here. I'm not pressing that. I'm making sure that I'm not pressing that down. Let's open this up. Don't have a whole lot of room here, but we will make it work. So this is the Spellbinders machine. This is the Platinum 6. Oh, what am I hitting? Oh, my ink. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this, line it up, and start cranking. And you don't get much resistance. You don't think it's doing much, but it is. Going back and forth, I don't know that I would. I don't know that it's necessary. And then just take this out. Remove this. Sorry for the noise. Okay. And let's see what we have. I gotta scoop a chair up here. All right, then you just lift off. These are very strong magnets. And this is what we have. Beautiful. I mean, that's really etched in there. Really deeply etched. Gorgeous. All right, and as far as cleaning your plates, a little baby wipe. You could wipe, I mean, most of it's going to go off on that. Yes, it's going to stain it a little bit. I probably wouldn't clean them unless you use it maybe 5 or 6 times. And then, you know, clean it with the archival ink cleaner, and it has a dopper on the end. Just go over it. I use a rag and clean it off really well. But it's really not necessary to do all that. All right, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to take this off. I could just leave my tape there. Oh gosh, that's pretty. We'll get this out of the way. And you can use any watercolor medium. So I have my Arteza. I picked out some colors. These are my Arteza. These are kind of like, are they Zigs? Watercolors? I was trying to think. Anyway, so they have a little brush tip end on there. All right, and I picked out, let's see, a green, a black, and a couple of poppy colors, because I looked up, poppies, and then yes, there's a poppy red, there's an orangey, there's a pink, kind of, but I'm going to use those two, and this is totally up to you, what you want to do. You can, since it's a watercolor medium, you can wet your flower and then go in with your watercolors or your markers, whatever. You can do it dry, whatever. This is what you want to do. And they should be good and juicy because I haven't used them much, and this ink is dry. It dries almost instantly. And so I'm going to go in and make it darker here. Well, these aren't as juicy as I thought. I have to add some water to get this moving. That's strange. Let me see if the other one's that way too. It's a little juicier. Oh yeah, that one must be, I don't know, because I store them up right. I don't know. I'll just do some shading here. And you can color them all. You can leave a little bit white. I mean, this is all up to you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some water to get this moving. Yeah, let me grab some. Okay, so I went and got my handy dandy little device here from Temu. And this is, let me see which way it goes. It goes this way. And then you just turn it and the water goes into there. It gets to a certain point and it quits. And then when it's dirty, you just push this button and the water goes down and it fills it up again. Isn't that cool? Makes me feel like, and then I remembered I had these Jane Davenport. This is Lobster. So these are little watercolor paint markers. And I grabbed a pink. So I may just give those a try. And I did get a watercolor brush, fill it full of water, but I am going to try to smooth this out a little bit and see what we've got going on here. I don't know what the deal is there. It has a little too much water. So my paper towel. That's the only thing I don't like about the ones that are pre-filled with water, because you can't control them. See, that's just really lots of water there. Yeah. I know they're all a little different, but anyway, so I need some more color on that. So I'm just going to work with this a little bit. And again, I'm going to go in with these. I think I'm going to start where this one dries. I'm going to start up here. Oh, see, this is really nice. A little different color. But I do like that. That's a little more orange. This is a little more, what does it say? Lobster. Yeah, that's more of a poppy color, but I do like that. That works really well, I don't think. No, there's not another color in this. Another red. Okay. So this is just going just from the ink right onto dry paper. Whereas I was doing that with the other and it just wasn't, they weren't juicy enough. Maybe I'm being too difficult. Then you can let it dry in between. Like if I'm doing this, then I'll probably come in with the pink and add some color. But I want this to dry because I don't want them to marry into each other. All right, well, I'm going to keep playing with this and seeing what I come up with. Okay, so I played around with that a little bit, and I'm pleased. Hit it with a dryer a little bit, and to me, it's kind of hanging there. So I want to anchor it just a little bit. So I was playing around with my blues, and I picked this one out, the Jane Davenport. This is Byron Bay. And I tested a little bit, and these are super pigmented. And I want just a little teeny tiny bit of color. So what I'm going to do is squish this over here on my glass, and I'm going to squish out a little bit of color. I'm not squeezing it or anything. I'm just tapping the brush because these are really, really, really pigmented. All right, and then I have this that's very generous with the water. And I'm going to, and see how, I think you can see that, how dark that is. I'm just going to work it a little bit more, add a little more water. And get the least amount that I can on my brush. Let's wipe some of that off. Pick up just a little bit. And then I want to zhuzh around my image just a little bit. And that's still pretty dark for me. We'll work it. Even though my other color's dry, I want to be careful and not reactivate it. And I'm just going to pull this out. And I'll be able to pick up some of that color and move it. I'll go out here, just a tiny bit. And this is where a generous water brush comes in handy. And those stems you can go right over because those are they're just inked. Pick up a little bit more, zhuzh it around, no rhyme or reason. Like I said, I just want to add a little bit of color, feather that out a little bit. I just anchor it just a little bit. And just whatever makes you happy. So you have to be careful. I'm going to pull that red out. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can fix it, but just want to be careful because once you start, it doesn't want to quit. See how that's anchoring it just a little bit? And just play with it till you're happy. Like I said, it's watercolor, so it's not meant to be perfect in any way. Just a smidgen more over here. Now this set came with a sentiment, which you can press at the same time. Or if you have sentiments that are foiled and want to add, you can do that. It's totally up to you. See what a difference that makes? I mean, it's just ever so light, but it makes a big difference. Let me do this. And then I want to dry this because I don't want it seep it in and messing up my color like it did there just a little bit. I bet you I can. Dab it and get that, yep, and get that red back off of it. So there's ways to save it. So I'm going to hit this with the heat gun. Okay, I was thinking, sometimes that gets me in trouble. Those of you that, oh, I didn't even see that embossed on there. I don't know if you can see the little Chinese writing. That got the BetterPress, what is it, the monthly, oh, I don't have it handy. Anyway, the one that you can only get at the brick and mortar stores. It was the class. Well, anyway, this was an add-on. And I thought, how come I can't open it? Because I opened it before. Oh, there we go. I thought, why not add a little bit to it? You think? I may mess it up. I don't know. And this is the brush that it came with, and this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is a Yasumoto Fusion brush, number 5. Anyway, it is fantastic. Get that. So let's just try it. I mean, it's paper. If we don't like it, we'll redo it. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. And that usually one kind of pump, and then it primes itself. And so I'm going to wet this brush just a little bit because it's, there we go, loosen it up. And I'm going to do this pretty dry because I want it just where I want it. All right. And this paint, there's a little gentleman that pours this. That does, I think they said like 30 or 40 at a time. So yeah, it's pretty special stuff. They're supposed to come out with a couple more colors, which I'm excited about. So I want to add just a few little, little flicks here. And since I'm doing this on dry, and just a little bit, I know with me it's never just a little bit. Concentrating because I want to keep that really, my point, sharp. I guess I could go in this way. It's not giving it the sparkle. I wonder if it's because it's not, I didn't work it in enough. Because this is really pretty stuff. That looks a little bit better. Give it just a little zhuzh. Keep my tip sharp. A little bit of that off. Let's see if I can do a little something with this up here. I don't like the way that looks. It was. I mean, that's okay. I thought it was going to be, let me show you, maybe on black paper. Let me get, I know I have black watercolor paper. Let me grab it right here. I want to show you what this does. Okay, come on. Set that to the side. Let me zhuzh this around a little bit. See? Isn't that gorgeous? Now you can kind of see. Really, really pretty. I wonder if I add a little more water. Oh yeah, it dances it. Dances it. Makes it move a little more. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Let me do a little bit more. That's what I was wanting, that really pretty. Yeah, gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I wish I was a real artist. It'd make a difference. Anyway, so that's why I want to add just a little something there. Let me rinse this off. See how it gets that dirty? And you just push the button. It fills up. There's a lot of paint in that. That paintbrush holds a lot. Look at that. Wow. I wonder if I wet this just a little bit. Make it move a little more. It's different. I really need to play with it a little bit more. Yeah, give it just a little something there. I could even add a little. little something there. All right, so I messed around, taking your time long enough here. All right, rinse that out. I can't get over how much ink that holds, or paint, I should say, not ink. All right, let me set that over there, and that will dry back like it's supposed to. All right, then we can mat this, let that dry completely, and then mat this, and we've got a beautiful card. Shall we do black, red, a little bit of yellow? Let me grab some more paper. Wow, that stuff was a booger to cut. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but my big Fiskars rotary cutter, I mean, had a hard time cutting it. My guillotine, my Tim Holtz little guillotine would not cut it, so I had to cut it with scissors. That's why it's not going to be perfect by any means. Wow, that's some heavy-duty stuff. All right, let me put a little score tape on here. Let's get this finished. If you have any questions about the BetterPress, just holler. There's my little scissors. Let me know if you're using yours. Let me know what you think. Have you got one and haven't opened it yet? I know a few of those people. I mean, there's no learning curve with this. It's simple, straightforward. Yeah, that's all dry. This thicker paper for the BetterPress, I would probably only use it, you know, if you were doing wedding invitations or something like that where you wanted a really deep, beautiful embossed image. And then what I think would be pretty is just to emboss it with no ink. You know, that's the old time letterpress. It was just, you know, it was beautiful, or maybe with a really pale hint of color. So I think that'd be the only time I would use that, when you want to really showstopper, because it impresses it really deep. All right, I was dog-eared my score tape. Don't press that corner down until I see I've got it exactly where I want it. And then press that down and then pull. Whoops. Try that again. It's still pressed down, so anyway, so it's not moving anywhere. And then undo this side. And then we're ready for this. And boy, when you change the background color, it sure changes the whole piece. I mean, to me, that's just kind of simple, elegant. You know, you could add yellow behind it to really pop that yellow. You could even do a red, a deep red. But I like this black. I mean, this is some heavy duty stuff. All right, same thing. I'm going to put this down where I want it. Try to get it best I can, because it's not going to be perfect by any means, because I'm having to cut it by hand. So that's another little tip there. Just know that it's not going to be easy to cut. All right, so there's our card. Like I said, you can, you know, different sentiments. When you ink this up, you can also put your sentiment. You can do several at a time, you know, if it comes with different pieces. Anyway, there's a lot you can do with this. But I just want to leave this clean and simple. And use it for, you could use it for sympathy. You could use it for happy birthday. I mean, it's whatever you want to use it for. That's just, you know, a nice simple card. All right, well, let me know what you think. And until next time, bye for now.